Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Blacktop Banter, episode 50, and this is another episode that got lost when we were in the move from point A to point B that we're redoing. So we're avenging one more episode, and then they will be all new. And maybe I'll do the next episode talking about why the hiatus and why we lost episodes and everything else under the sun. But recently, I was able to spend some time with the guests today. We were in Charlotte. We had a fantastic time. We weren't in a hurry. We got to chill a little bit and just vibe, and it was fantastic. I got Matt Stanley from Raised on Blacktop. Matt, you introduce yourself. People don't know you. I was going to say, there can't be anybody that don't know you by now, but introduce yourself for a few that don't.
Don't gas me up. Matt Stanley, 29 years old, from Danbury, Connecticut. Family business is American Pavement Specialist. You might see us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Give a quick rundown if anyone doesn't know about it, but 3 years ago, I think about 3 years ago, started a apparel brand, merchandise brand called Raised on Blacktop. Had big goals for it. Reached those goals pretty quick. So we got a lot going on now. It's turned into a life of its own, and we're here to stay. So
yeah, and that's pretty evident, dude. From when we were in Charlotte, it was pretty evident with the places where we went, where the brand is just ingrained now. And you had people coming up, like people that I probably wouldn't think would use the word cool, saying, "Yeah, this is pretty cool." Like,
yep.
That. So they're in. Everybody's in. It's definitely apparent at the Lee Boy and Pavement Magazine event that held by Seal Master that night.
Yeah.
It was a pretty epic night. I know you had your boy there taking some photos. We got some killer ones of you and myself. He got some of me, which was fantastic. I reused those again. Dude, he's killer on that thing. His editing skills. Dude, his editing skills were outrageous. How fast he put some of those montages together. Like I would see you guys, and then 2 hours later, I'd see a full montage done beautifully. I was like, dang, the kid's sharp on those editing skills. So
yeah, we did those like in the hotel, like 20 minutes before we left too.
Yeah.
Just throw it together, boom, 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 put the music. We got a good idea of what I want to see. And then I think a lot of times, when you get to this level of content where you got a professional camera, you got professional editing software, I'm like, let's just get out quantity. Like the quality's already there. It's already dope. It's already a crisp lens.
Yep.
Where we are is dope. So let's just get out as much as we can. So he took a bunch of pictures. I still got some content that I'm getting through, and then we just finished up like a new YouTube video for what our time in the Lee Boy booth, and then we're gonna throw together like a whole vlog for the whole trip. So pretty excited to get that out.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about that is, dude, we have content for days now. You know what I mean? And we're going to do that one more time here at Nashville at World of Asphalt. You and I are both going to be there. I can't wait, dude. I love the content. I was looking through my phone and there's just a pile, dude. I record and edit everything through iPhone now. I used to do the camera. I used to do everything, have my tripod set up, my booms, everything. And now I do everything through iPhone.
What's funny is like I was watching you make your way around the show, and sometimes it's great when I have Shane with me, right? Because I have the camera, it's following me, I'm mic'd up. And a lot of times though, like you get that content right, and then you kind of got to spoon feed it going out. So I won't take as much content on my phone, and like you're just out there like not overthinking it, just getting it out there. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that, And then I'm paying this kid to be here, so
Dude, I had some. That's the one thing I like about it being on the fly. You have both sides of the coin though. Like your boy had. I'm not gonna have those crisp photos. I'm not gonna have those killer photos. But what I do have is conversations that happen on the fly that I couldn't miss. I didn't have to tell anybody, hey, set that up right there. Let's get this set up and get this shot. There's a couple conversations we have and heated debates where I just turned the phone on, dude, and I watched a couple of legends just hash it out over a piece of equipment, why it's awesome, and other ones why it's shitty. And dude, I just sat there and filmed it like, dude, this is a piece of history. I'm gonna post this shit. And they're both gonna be like, oh, well, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's a good blend of both styles, I think. It's everybody, there's space enough for everybody to do their own thing. You know what I mean? I got a lot of people that kind of copycat what you and I do in our own respective lanes and try to, if we do something, 10 more pop up, or if we do a certain style, 10 more pop up. But I think we just stay true to it. and there's enough room in all these lanes. You know, one of our good friends, Josh Grigsby, he's in his own lane. You know, he does his own thing. He's in his own lane. There's enough space there for everybody, but there's also enough floor there for everybody, enough content for everybody. It was pretty badass when we were there.
The world is abundant, bro. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty, dude. There's just as much opportunity as there is blacktop out there, my friend. I believe that. So tell me more about American Pavement. I know we were talking about the X broom you all got. Tell me a little bit about that and what's going on. I was able to meet your dad, dude. Super crazy, dude, to see him in real life. It just was like, I thought for sure, right?
Pretty much just ran up on you too, right?
He did, yeah. I was at the Titan booth and he seen me, and he treated me like just like family, like he hadn't seen me in a while, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, it was just crazy that to see that too. I was just like, oh, I said, y'all are here, like y'all made it in, cool. And you know, he took a picture with me, which was fantastic, dude. That was probably the only one where I was like, please, please, please take a picture with me before you got here, because I knew he was gonna be moving. I know he's like,
bro, he was there for like 12 hours.
yeah, dude, he's super humble. Like nothing really like excites him like that. Like to where I thought for sure, you know, he'd been like,
You know what's funny? He's so humble, and of course it keeps me humble. But like, I could give him the best fucking news in the world, and he'd be like, "That's good." He never gets. No, he's never like, "That's fucking amazing," which I know he thinks that.
Yeah.
I could tell him the worst news in the world, and he'd be like, "All right, whatever," you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to have that.
Yeah, I knew that, dude, because when I gave him a shirt, he was like, "Thanks," and I was like, "Yeah, no worries. You know, hopefully I get to see you wear it at some point, at some time, you know." And you know, it was pretty cool. But tell me about APS and what's all going on over there.
So you just want like some current stuff, or
Yeah, and especially the X broom and the X broom. Tell me about that, and then what you all got going on. I know you guys just built a new building last year, right?
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, everything's blurry now. We've been moving so fast, but beautiful piece of property right down the road from our current yard, which was clutch for the in between transition. We're still not totally moved in, but it's a brand new building, 10,000 square feet. Got 4 garage bays in the front, 14 feet high, I believe. 5 garage bays in the back, like a dream come true, really, especially for my parents and for us. Like amazing. The building's red. It's got, I mean, it looks like a firehouse.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. We're not totally moved in yet. We're waiting on a few final things, but the building's pretty much done. We got all of our equipment parked inside for the winter, which is clutch. We were able to do that towards the end of the season last year, and that was like a big game changer for us because with the milling equipment and the rollers, just being able to bring those home at night, apartments, heated buildings is like amazing.
Yeah, dude.
So that's pretty much all set. And then actually at the shop, there's like I don't know how big it is, maybe 50 by 50 loft up top.
Yep.
And I was able to move in all the raised down blacktop stuff, get it out of my bedroom finally. Yeah, so I got a dope little space up there. It's not complete, not completely done. It was originally supposed to be for parts, but
you confiscated that shit, didn't you?
Yeah, eminent domain. So I started moving in some product, and obviously this thing's picking up like crazy. So my dad was like, however much room you need up here, it's all yours. So hoping to get like a nice flooring down, maybe like a little podcast section in there.
Yeah.
And then, actually, when we do our trade booth, we're gonna take the actual trade booth and storing it somewhere. I'm gonna actually prop it up upstairs.
Oh,
so
cool.
do like photo shoots for the new merch. We'll do it in front of that.
Might as well, dude. They're expensive, so you might as well get all the use out of it you can get. Yeah, I know. So and then the X broom, you know, last year we had the APS X broom, looked pretty cool. Tell us about that thing.
Yeah, so it's a road sweeper. A lot of these sweepers that you see on the street, a lot of towns have them. They're not really made to pick up millings. So I think that road sweepers kind of get a bad rap, that they're always breaking down. They're not heavy duty enough, because those sweepers that you see that maybe on a town road, they're made to pick up sand. They're made to pick up cigarette butts.
Right.
You know? So actually, we met Will at NP in 2019. Just long story short, I saw this broom on Instagram. I was like this. I was following this milling company, and they would run 2 mills and have one broom just beasting, cleaning up behind it. I'm like, we got to get our hands on that.
Yeah.
We went down to NPE. Will didn't actually have a truck there. He was standing in another booth that was I think they're another sweeper company. And
Yeah.
me and my brother Jack are talking to this dude for like 30 minutes, asking about the brooms, and he knew everything about it. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I'm part owner of the company. I was like, what the fuck? And this dude was 34 years old at the time.
Yeah.
So immediately we hit it off, and we became friends at that point. And he's like a brother to us now. I talk to him all the time. He's like a mentor for me with what I'm doing. So it took us about 3 years to finally purchase this machine because it's not cheap. Usually, like a Roscoe broom or a Bros broom that you'd see on the road, those are maybe 75, 80 grand. This broom is well into the six figures.
Yes.
Almost
Yes.
$500,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But it's a game changer. When you get a machine and it changes the way you work, that's when you know you need it.
Yeah.
So on a milling job, if it takes us 3 hours to clean up, I can clean up a road in 45 minutes, and it's amazing. You could save that cleanup at the end of the day. Now you don't have to be cleaning up and staying up on it all day. It's more like just hop in the broom, get cleaned up, and instead of milling one road, we can mill 3 roads a day.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know when I first interviewed y'all for APS before we did, before we raised on Blacktop got it's used it did. We were talking to your brothers. I know you guys were telling me like about how many employees you guys had there at APS, and where are you guys sitting with that now? How many people you think work there all around on average?
25 total. We're still about the same.
Okay.
We added a few pieces during the summer, and then we let go of a couple guys. So we're about the same. We'll probably add on a couple new guys when the season gets rolling.
Dude, you know what I think? I think probably this next year, somebody should probably nominate APS for Contractor of the Year. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. I mean, when you see the cover of the magazine of Contractor of the Year, there's 20, 25 people out in front of some beautiful equipment, right? And man, I gotta imagine your guys' numbers and people and everything else definitely would qualify you for that kind of a nomination.
So one little critique I have with these awards, right? I looked into it, right? They want a lot of personal information.
Well, yeah, dude.
Tax returns. They want to know how much money you made that year.
Yeah.
And I would love to have the award, but not that we're hiding anything. But my mom and dad were like, I don't know if all that info,
Well, you just got to pay the right person the right amount of money for something. It's been happening for years.
We do got a little. Con Expo 2023. We might have a little award coming to us.
Cool. And we're definitely going to go there. I know I work here in town. We have an excavating company that I work with. We do work together, putting in recycled driveways, excavating some stuff, culverts, whatever. And we're going out. Dude, we definitely want to go out. Their parents went out ages ago. I've never been. So 2023, we're going to be looking forward to that. Dude, we're going to be at so many shows. Our next segments of our life, it's going to be crazy. Speaking of that, let's talk about Nashville. I'm going to be there. Actually, the guys at the robotic maintenance vehicle, they want me to hang out with them. So the crack fill machine, I'll be there for a day, I think, but I really want to get some coverage too. So I'll probably be, I'll be doing my thing, and then they're probably going to want me to hang out there a little bit too, off and on, which I don't blame them. It's an epic machine. We got some good ideas. Nicotech, the company I'm invested in, they have a stake in that machine and the contracts and stuff as well. There's some epic stuff coming from Nicotech, dude. We got some technology that's just, it's mind-boggling. Steve Flaherty, the guy that owns that, is the CEO. Every couple of weeks, he's calling me with something that's innovative, inventive. And he's like, we got to get patents on this. We got to get patents on this. And dude, I'm in. I don't care. One of them's going to hit, bro. So
for next level shit, sure.
Yeah, it's next level stuff. It's mind-boggling. So I'm going to be there doing that. We're probably going to do some collaboration stuff again. I have gotten messages from people that didn't make it to MPE and some that did, saying, are you guys going to be there? So I know they want us to be there. I know people are planning to come. I know we have events, party events, some of those nights. I'm going to try on the fly maybe to get a ragtag group of all of us together too, like we did last time, and hang out.
Our party.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we'll throw our own party, dude. So tell us what's going to be going on with Raised on Blacktop down at Nashville.
So first off, I don't know, because last time we recorded our podcast, we talked a little bit about the paver. So I don't know if
Yeah, we
anyone
did.
know about it, but Raised on Blacktop has a special edition paver straight from the Lee Boy manufacturing facility. It's not a one-on-one. Last time I checked, there's almost 100 of these sold across the country, US and Canada. So that's something that they had on display at Charlotte. I was standing in the booth, obviously, talking about the machine to people. So they're going to be bringing that back out to Nashville. And it's pretty cool they do it. It's kind of like the center of their booth.
Yeah.
Because, it's a neck breaker. So we're going to be there. I'm going to, same like you, I'm going to be off in and out of that booth. And then for the first time ever, we're going to have our own trade show booth at Nashville. We're going to be doing merch. I got a little special giveaway that we're going to be doing for some sample products of a new product we're coming out. I think the first day we're going to have a keg in the booth.
Perfect. Why not? Why not start off with one?
Yeah, and
I wouldn't expect any different.
I got a keg and 2 models going to be there.
Oh, all right. Serving beer. I'm cool with that.
You can buy for a beer. Anyone that comes by for a beer, you better buy a damn t-shirt and a hat or something.
I would think so. I don't know why you'd be there if you didn't. So let's, for the sake of people who are good at math, how much is the Raised on Blacktop edition Lee Boy?
So it depends where you're at in the country. I know out west are a little bit more because they have to ship them out there.
And all the way across.
Yeah. But you're looking anywhere between 225 to, okay. So I'd say somewhere around that range.
All right, so let's just say,
I don't want to throw out the numbers.
Right. Let's just say on the shy end, let's just say 200 for mathematical purposes. And let's say there's been 100 of them sold for mathematical purposes. Anybody who's good at math knows the numbers that the machine's putting up, right? So obviously I know that's not all profit, but still, dude, that's crazy numbers for something that's been branded. When you go by the Lee Boy booth, at least at Nashville or at Charlotte when we went at MPE, you see a sea of yellow, and then you don't see a sea of yellow. You see something sticking out, and you see a fire red seat sticking out mostly, and then it goes back to the yellow. The only thing that really draws your eye in that front lineup is the the clear coated gray and that red seat sticking out. I love the design, dude. It looked good. In that booth, that's where most people were around, was that pavement. And Lee Boy has beautiful machines that make great machines. They're all have their own spot, for what they're needed for. But sometimes, dude, style wins. I'm gonna say style wins sometimes. Like, Nike makes shoes for all sports, right? Yep. But some are just classic, dude. The J's are just classic, that they got style, and that's what I see there. So you're gonna have a booth, Raised on Blacktop booth. You'll be at the Lee Boy booth as well. Paver will be there. Dude, that's crazy. Isn't that crazy to think you're having a booth at World of Asphalt?
Yeah, it is.
Raised on Blacktop.
What's crazy is that in 2019, I don't know if you saw. Yeah, I saw you there. I was selling T-shirts out of a suitcase.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen you there.
With a little wheeled suitcase, and I was wearing shirts, and I was like, boom, boom, boom.
Well, you remember I had a backpack on. I had all my cameras and stuff, and I come by and I was like, "Oh yeah, I seen you guys." And
I was like, dude from YouTube.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh yeah, dude from YouTube." And I remember Brian was there, our friend, and he was like, "Yeah, Marvin just works for a free press pass," And then here everything has snowballed into, dude, this crazy trip that we're on. And the podcast hadn't even started then. I was just making YouTube videos and making content and writing articles for Pavement Mag. And here, dude, our TikTok, like the Banter's TikTok is ridiculous. Like every other video is millions of views, right? And then we get content, people pounding, the comment section, emails, all that stuff. And then here you guys are with your own damn booth 3 years later. At World of Asphalt. It's been a trip, dude. It's been a trip. You selling shirts out of your suitcase, and I was running around with a camera and a backpack on. So it's crazy how it works out in the end.
Consistency, bro.
It is. It's a vision and consistency. And I talk about that a lot. People, when I first did it, dude, people are like, "What is this guy doing?" And now they're like, and now
they're like, oh, I'm gonna start a podcast.
if you notice, there's a lot of people with cameras running around the expo now, bro.
Yeah.
And it is the way it is. I love the podcast most because it allows me to use my gift, and I'm allowed to do this conversation and carry conversations on, and not a lot of people can do it on my level, and I like that. I like that. I'm naturally decent at it, and that's what I enjoy the most, are these conversations. So we're going to be down there, Nashville, World of Asphalt. I'm sure MPE doesn't like me keep plugging World of Asphalt over and over and over and over, but we're going to be there. There's nothing I can do about it. I got to say it. We're going to be there in late March. I believe that is the 23rd to the 25th.
March 29th to the 31st.
All right, 29th through the 31st. That's right. The 26th, I'll be here. So 29th through the 31st, 3 days. We're going to be down there. I'm actually staying right across from the convention center. That seemed to work really well for me in Charlotte.
Oh,
Which I got Airbnb over there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a New York Yankees baseball player, and he owns the place where I'm going to be Airbnb out. So while he's gone spring training, I'll be in his place renting that son of a gun out. Probably making a mess. I'm going to leave. I don't know what I'm going to do. The guy's a Yankee. I'm a Red Sox fan and Brewers fan. Hey, some stuff comes up missing, some stuff broke, some surprises when he looks in the corners later on. I don't know how it's all gonna be, but I appreciate him Airbnb in this place to me. I really do. It's a beautiful place. We're gonna be right across there, so I won't be too far away. In the meantime, we have about 3 weeks, right? 3 or 4 weeks until we get there. We're gonna be putting content out. You guys are gonna be putting content out. Where can people find Raised on Blacktop content online?
I mean, at this point, you could just punch it into Google and you'll get an array of things.
Of course.
I'd say the most, I mean, we do Instagram the most.
Yeah.
It's where we have the
And
most
it's
traffic.
easy, right? It's at Raised on Blacktop.
At Raised on Blacktop,
Yeah.
at American Pavement. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
I was gonna say, don't sleep on your TikTok, dude. Don't
I
sleep
am on the TikTok.
on your TikTok.
Funny because I was on there pretty early and had like good success on there, but I mean, no knock to what you're doing at all. I don't like that TikTok community. I know it's the future, but the
That's really sensitive. I know, dude. Dude, it's brutal. It is.
You know what I like? I've been on a lot like with Raised on Blacktop, right? What we're doing, like Lee Boy, that's not going to be the first or last collaboration we do, right?
Right.
This is just the beginning. So a lot about Raised on Blacktop. We're doing B2B, business to business.
Yep.
So on LinkedIn,
I've seen that. I've seen that you've been putting in some effort there on LinkedIn. Don't think I haven't been noticing.
All the back doors in the industry are on LinkedIn.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Some of those, the most largest connections for, especially us, for social media influencers and guys like that, branding guys. LinkedIn is the spot, most definitely. And then you communicate with the consumers through the other outlets. So
Flex on other outlets.
people think we just post shit up and it just happens. It doesn't just work like that. There's a plan, there's an idea, there's a formula to how this works. It's work. So you got YouTube, Instagram. Of course, we can find you on Facebook as well, which everything is on Facebook. Just punch it in Google and you'll find Raised on Blacktop there. So let's talk about one piece of advice that you would give. I know, we were just talking about people think we just throw shit up and it's a hit, and some shit hits and misses, and we sell shirts and we sell promo spots on podcasts, whatever. It just works like that. It doesn't work like that, right? It has to be quality stuff. It has to be quality gear. You guys got a Carhartt line just came out. Same thing with my content. I make sure it's quality. If we're going to put it out, I don't just try to throw it out there. And I make sure that it's going to be something that somebody is going to want to consume, whether that's information, whether that's my articles, whether it's your gear. It's going to be something people consume and buy. What do you have advice for people that are running their own business, whether it's in the asphalt industry or want to run their own business or start their own
business or with social media?
No business. I'm giving you no. I'm not letting you give social media advice, bro. I'm going to marketing. I would, social media marketing, definitely I would. But no, just business in general. I mean, you started Raised on Blacktop from scratch. I mean, you guys lived the lifestyle and started the brand around that lifestyle. You've learned a lot. I know you have, because the merch industry is crammed, right? We have an avenue that you have that was almost untapped, right? There's no exclusive asphalt brand. You're the first, man, and the biggest. So what have you learned? What piece of advice have you learned about owning your own business, especially raised on Blacktop?
I mean, of course, the first thing is you got to be authentic, right? Creating this brand, I didn't look at what somebody else was doing and trying to knock it off and do my own little spin off of it. This is an original idea. Everything that I do, I put a lot of thought into. It's not like you said. We're not just making things off the whim.
Right.
And then I would say with as far as the merchandise goes, I mean, you got to start small, right? Don't think that you're gonna buy $3,000 worth of t-shirts and they're gonna sell out. Like when I first started, I gave a lot of shit away for free,
Yes.
and built that up. But I think my goal this year, and this is good advice, I mean, you got to have a little bit of a team, right? I don't do this by myself. I got my brothers that help me with it, even though I'm doing a lot of posting. I look for them to advice all the time. I'll show them something. I'll be like, is this corny? Is this video good? And what's cool about them is they're not yes man at all. They'll tell me like, it's not it's corny.
Yeah.
And they always give me, my brother Jack sends me music for videos all the time. Like, check this music out. This would be a good song for a video. And then obviously I got my man Shane, who's the videographer.
Yeah.
He's my little secret, everything.
He ain't a secret to me no more. Don't even think he's a secret to me anymore.
So having a kid like that, but just I know I didn't with the videographer and shit like that. A lot of people think, oh, I got to get a kid to come out here and have a drone or a professional camera. Like all the views that we get online, they're all coming from just iPhone videos that I'm holding still with some good music to them. You don't need to copy what I'm doing to have success on there.
No, I think the thing that you touched on was the very first thing you said about being authentic, right? So that plays through in everything. Dude, I have no motivations except to see my friends succeed. Like, Westcote does fine. Dubuque's starting to do fine. Like, and you guys would have been just fine without Raised on Blacktop, right?
Yeah.
It's more, and as I always touch on, it's legacy, right? I want us to be 20 years down the line, our kids, the ones holding the cameras, showing off Raised on Blacktop and APS and Westcote and Blacktop Banter. I want Eli's name to be under there, not mine anymore. I mean, I want to be 20 years down the line, all of us get together and be with our friends and know that we all pitched in and helped each other succeed and tell some kick-ass stories that we had throughout the years, dude. That's my thing. And I can tell your family is the same way, very authentic. Like I said, I met your pops. I know your brothers too, dude. Your whole family just super authentic. And it bleeds through with Raised on Blacktop brand too. Right. You aren't just putting out shitty merch. Like it's quality stuff that's authentic stuff that you would want to wear, right? And stuff that we would put out.
I think a big thing is too, like, not to cut you off, but
go ahead.
I always look for inspiration. I said this on our little interview we did before. Like, I look for inspiration outside of our industry. Yeah, our industry is pretty boring. It was pretty boring. I'm looking at, like, I don't know if you follow Tom Brady on Instagram, those little reels that he does, like after a game, it's a few highlights from the game. It's him going, all right, next stop, we're going to New York, let's go. Mm-hmm. Like with catchy music, I was like, that's cool. And then, I look at music artists, the way they put out content. If you're going to look at what kind of content Caterpillar's putting out, like, you're just going to look the same. You're never going to stick out. Yeah.
And I think one thing is trusting your own perception of what's cool and what's authentic. Like, exactly. Like, I used to be so worried about stuff that I put out. Yeah, I thought it was cool, but I didn't know that I would like the shit I did was cool until all of a sudden people's like, oh, it's cool. I'm like, oh, well, then I'm going to do whatever I want all the time. Whatever I think is cool, I'm going to keep doing. And I see that. I seen the Raised on Blacktop duffel. I seen the post today, right? There's a duffel Raised on Blacktop, kind of like an orangish. Is that Carhartt?
Yeah, it's like a Carhartt khaki.
Yeah, dude, super cool. If I'm going on a trip, I'm probably gonna pack that sun gun, right? I don't care if it gets sealer on it, blacktop, diesel. I don't give a shit. Like it would look like it's supposed to have it on it. So I'm in for that. Cool. I love the advice, and I love a long
Just
segment.
for a little advice on the American pavement side, our family, that's our team. You know, my family's been away for a couple days, and it's
Yeah.
just been me here, and I'm like, I could never fucking do this by myself. Like this is
No,
there's a lot going on.
I
You know,
know.
so if you don't have a family, you got to make sure that you have 2 or 3 guys that are all in, and when I mean all in, you know,
Yeah.
and are just all rowing in the same direction because that's how we get shit done.
Yeah. I think that's the most important thing because otherwise, dude, it feels so heavy. Everything
So,
feels so heavy, dude. And when you got a lot of hands underneath it, it makes everything light. So somebody can bounce out, give them a break, let them enjoy a little bit. Somebody else come back in. We were just talking about that last night. I hired a couple more people here at Wiscoat, and for the first time ever, we might be able to alternate weekends. Like we
yeah,
won't
that's
all
something
have
I'd
to
always
work.
wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like for the first time ever, and you could see my crew leader, dude. He was like, "Oh, I would love that." Like, "Oh, finally, bro. Finally,
Yeah.
we're gonna be able
Yeah.
to do
You know,
that."
it's funny. I heard this on a Gary V podcast. He said, if you have under 50 employees, right? Now, I'm not saying that I do this. I try to, but you should take, you know, one of them out to dinner once a month, right?
Yeah,
And find out what they really want. Because you'll find out that one of them just wants a Saturday off once a month, or they want a Saturday off every week. One of them wants just more money. He doesn't care what he's doing.
yeah,
And one of them might want to do this, one of them might want to do that. And you'll never know if you never ask, right?
yeah. I
Like
think
we have a lot of different personalities working. I know one of my guys, like we gave him weekends off this year, and it was good for him. And one of my guys, he'll work Sunday, you know. So
yeah. And then some guys don't want time off. They're like, "No, I want more
yeah,
time." It's like, okay,
exactly. More hours, and you know that's cool
yeah.
with us. So
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, everybody's different. They are.
yeah,
Everybody's different. It don't matter where you come from, what color you are, what your last name is.
especially in this industry.
Especially in this industry, everybody is different. Everybody is who they are going to be. You just have to. It's the same thing as taking them out to dinner. Just get a chance to know them, and then you'll know what kind of person they are. Right? Your gut tells you that. If you're in this industry, your gut, you could live and die by your gut most of the time,
Yeah.
and it tells you what's right and what's wrong. So
Yep.
that's how I know y'all are good people, bro. That's how I know y'all are good people. All right. So that's it. You're going to find us in Nashville, World of Asphalt. We're going to be there. Stop by, say hi. Dude, we love talking to people, don't we?
Yep.
Dude, I love it when they stop by. I love it. And
Yeah.
it's not for myself. It's just to reaffirm that I'm helping people.
I think it's more weird when someone sees you and they recognize you and they don't say hi. It's like
I do too. Yeah, when they're kind of eyeballing you from across the way. I'm like, "Hey," and they're like, "Oh,
bump it up to them, like, what's up, man? I recognize you.
yeah. I think so too. Cool. All right.
So listen, if anyone stops by our booth, we're throwing a private event party the second day of the show, which is Wednesday. Get there early. The tickets are going to go quick. We're going to like give away bar bracelets. So stop by, ask about it, and I may or may not have some tickets for you. Not sure. See how much money you spend at the booth.
Yeah, you better set mine aside. That's all I'm
All right,
saying.
you already know.
Cool. Perfect, dude. That'll be good. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. I can't believe we're gonna be able to see each other twice, dude, before we get to work this summer because we spent 2 years not seeing each other at all. So I feel super blessed.
After that,
All
we're
right.
hitting the ground running. So
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. All right. I got Matt Stanley from Raise on Blacktop. This is episode 50 of Blacktop Banter. We're so glad you joined us. So glad to be back in the saddle again. We got more coming. There's a list of about 20 to 25 people that want to be on the podcast. Usually if they want to be on, they're good episodes, right? If I got to prod, sometimes they don't hit. If they want to be on,
we got something
we're gonna be good. We got a lot of stuff coming. Some of our boys that have been on here before, they're coming back. And then people that we have never seen before, they're coming back. And now I got people that are going to help us out with the business side of it. We talk about SEO a lot. I have a killer guy that does some of my SEO. So I'm going to have plenty of information on that, how you can do it yourself or what you should look for if you're going to find somebody along the way. Plenty of guests coming up. Matt Stanley, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, man. You're the best.
We appreciate it. For Marvin and Matt and Blacktop Banter, we want you to seal it, pave it, stripe it, and kill it. Peace.
Peace.